Real or nah?
There's either soon going to be a band called Sexy Potatoes,
I'm expecting a band.
or there's going to be a song.
I'm good. I'm going with the somebody gonna come up with a band name Sexy Potatoes. Sexy Spud. Okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you when it comes to this next video. It isn't the first part that makes me doubt the validity of the video, whether it's real or it's not. It's not the first video. It's two videos. It's not the first video. Just gonna be honest with you, okay? Because I honestly believe that. Also, I have a surprise for Anna because I forgot about this part. Is Anna actually will be affected offhandedly, but she'll be affected by this video. And it comes almost at the end of the first video. So let's go ahead and get into it. My boss opened up credit cards in his employees' names.
As if being underpaid at my job isn't enough, I just found out that my boss opened up a credit card in my name. I work at a mom and pop type business in graphic design, and my boss is the same guy who hired me. 2 days ago, I got a call from Capital One asking about unusual charges on my credit card. The rep went over a couple of charges, and I had literally no idea what she was talking about. I told them it looked like those charges weren't on my app, and the rep said she tried calling at a different phone number, but it was disconnected. She confirmed I had 2 credit cards through them, but I only have 1. The rep told me my other account, my actual account, had no strange charges, but a different one, opened only in December, was nearing its credit limit, and there were 2 large charges at different Walmart stores. I asked for the address on the accounts, and one was mine. The other, which I had no idea about, was the home address for my boss. They canceled the card and said I might get contacted by their fraud department. Yesterday, I told my team about it, and 2 of them immediately chimed up that they had their identity stolen last month with credit cards opened up in their name. The boss, who works remotely, told about a dozen of us at the end of November that we needed to fill out updated W-9s because the company was moving to a new system and send them to him. One of them ran home on lunch and grabbed the letter they were sent from the credit card company. The phone number is 1 number off of our boss's cell phone number, and the address is to a UPS store in the town where he lives. I've put up with a lot working here, but this is absolutely the last straw. The work environment is middling at best, but the pay is horrible. I'm calling in sick today and starting to look for something else that actually works for me and pays at least what I'm worth. What else should I be doing other than calling the cops? Okay, update 1. My company put the manager on unpaid leave a couple of days after they were contacted by a detective about the open cards. 4 of us ended up filing police reports on the same day. A couple days later, I got an alert from the credit monitoring company saying someone tried opening a Discover card in my name. They put a stop to that. Still freaking doing it after people found out. One of my coworkers got a call back from the detective on Tuesday and told him a judge signed off on a warrant for identity theft. I forget the exact term for the criminal complaint last week. Apparently, the detective was able to get video footage from a store of our boss using a credit card registered in the coworker's name. Our boss also drove a car registered to him and from the store, all visible on surveillance. The detective said the sheriff's department or state's attorney department made sure to include the boss's state in the extradition limits for the warrant. My coworker said the reason the detective called was because the detective was called by another detective in the city where our boss lives. Cops in that city have tried pulling him over 3 times in the last month, with the last time being on Monday. All 3 times he just doesn't stop. What? Is that an option? Wait, they tried pulling him over, but all 3 times he just didn't stop? I didn't know that was an option. Wait, what? The place has a 0 pursuit policy, so they have to let him go, and they think he might be armed. What the Okay, hold on a second. How is it that Washington State has a no pursuit law?
Oh, no.
In case you missed it, Washington State
That's the state I live in.
has a no pursuit law.
Yeah.
The element of it is that pursuing criminals on the streets, highways, or anything is more detrimental to the environment surrounding the chase than capturing the I ain't gonna say
criminal.
criminal. I
Yeah.
want to say criminal. The suspect himself. The suspect himself.
There you
So
go.
there is no pursuit. There is nothing like that. Trust me, where I stay, they'll chase you on foot, but they'll chase a car on foot. So it ain't like that here. So that's why I said it's gonna affect Anna a certain kind of way. I didn't know. I'll be honest with you. I've heard of it decades ago. I didn't know it existed. When he said it, I was like, holy crap, there are actually states that say, but yeah, I mean, I heard about it decades ago. And even then, if I'm using my very minimal cells that's in my brain, it came up for a vote. It wasn't a law. It came up for a vote to do this. But Washington State has a no pursuit clause. All you have to do is keep going. And Dusty later on said, and I didn't want to put it in the video because what was the point? Because I believe the same thing of why that is a bad move is because if you know there's a no pursuit clause, the suspect / criminal knows it's a law.
That's why he didn't stop.
Why would you stop? But let's continue on because I'm going to give it to Anna on the second video. Again, I have to iterate. It wasn't the first video that made me not believe this video, believe this story. It's the second video.
We look at crime a little differently out here. What can I say? Okay,
the second video made me not believe this whole story.
The house where he is supposed to be living is emptied out as well. The detective from my city told my coworker he's still waiting on other surveillance footage in regards to the rest of the complaints, including mine, and they'll likely be added on as additional counts, but they want to get him into custody first. From what it sounds like, he'd have to go through the system on his felony eluding charge first. Then it could be extradited here to see a judge about the identity theft. Wow. Edit. I followed the advice from this post. Comments, OP references here. You need to tell all of your coworkers to check their credit immediately. You're also going to want to call the police like today. If he did it to you and a couple of others, my guess is he's probably doing it to every single person who sent him that W-9. I'd take a couple of immediate steps if I were you. Get a police report, because if the credit card companies think you might be lying, they'll do what they can to screw you over. Start a credit monitoring service like this one and check your credit. If he's opening one credit card in your name, he might have opened several. Freeze your credit so that he can't do any more damage. You said you work for a small company. I don't know if you have an HR department, but that would be my next stop. If you don't, time to hit up the owners, but don't tell them you're about to leave. Update 2. Final update. I had mostly forgotten about this post until a few days ago. Wouldn't say it was a happy ending. The silver lining is that it only took about 3 weeks and the card that wasn't mine was out of my name. My credit score went up like 90 points. I also started a new job with a decent pay bump and far more time off. A couple of months ago, my old boss, who was fired, ended up getting unalived in a car accident. Wait, what the f is happening? About a day later, it came out that he had most likely unalived an elderly woman and stole her car. Her daughter went to her house, and when she didn't answer the phone and found her mother unalived and her car and purse missing. His car was parked on the street a block away. Apparently, he fled police stops another 3 or 4 times before crashing into a metal electric pole with no seatbelt. He was fleeing from the police again in the stolen car. They found illegal substances and a pew-pew inside. Okay, well, I guess the no chase policy doesn't really keep any people safe now, doesn't it? Because this kind of shit happens. I got a call from a lawyer because I was one of the ones who reported the credit card fraud. We talked for maybe 10 minutes about what happened to me, and he filled me in a bit about what happened since. There are now 2 lawsuits going through the works, supposedly. One is from the family of the woman he probably unalived. They are saying the police failed to apprehend him before she got unalived. That lists all the police departments and cities involved. Wow. The other is from his family going after the sheriff's department and county, which chased him and led to the crash. I doubt I have to testify, as the lawyer was mainly concerned about the specific events leading to me knowing it was my old boss who stole my identity. It sounds to me like everyone is going for settlement money. Just figured I'd let everybody know what happened. Too long, don't read. He won't be stealing anyone else's identity anymore.
Okay, while Anna go ahead and get her thoughts together, let me go ahead and say this. No, I do not believe this story. Sorry, not sorry. This sounds like some CSI bullshit. This guy is, he done unalived somebody, stole the car. I don't know why he had a car. Unalived somebody, stole a car. And why did you crash into a pole? You wasn't being pulled over. You wasn't gonna stop. You could literally go to speed limit. So what the hell did you hit? I don't even understand it. You wasn't gonna stop. So what, was you speeding? Doesn't make sense. You wasn't gonna stop anyway. No, I'm not sorry. I'm not. No, sorry. No. The first part of the story, I wholeheartedly believe there's some people out there that would do some crap like that. Steal a whole bunch of people's identity and use it and everything. That second part sounded so much like a 1980s Starsky and Hutch, CSI Vegas type crime. Like, I have no idea why you're stealing somebody's car. I have no idea why you had to kill somebody to steal somebody else's car. I have no idea why you crashed, because your ass wasn't pulling over anyway. So why was you speeding so damn fast that you hit a pole? None of what that last story said made any damn sense to me at all. None of it. You got in the way this damn much. No, sorry. I'm done. I don't laid out my thing. Go ahead, Anna, because that's some Miami Vice bullshit to me, for real.